Cliff jumping at Payette Lake. It's a favorite pastime for many Idahoans that dates back generations. An iconic spot next to North Beach that is getting busier by the year.
As much fun as it can be, it's also extremely dangerous. McCall Fire and EMS say this summer alone, they've responded to as many injuries at Payette Lake as they have in the last 20 years.
Our Tristan Lewis spoke with a CUNA man who got hurt pretty badly on the cliffs, and he has a message tonight for anyone thinking about taking the plunge. Tristan?
So Thomas Galen was at Payette Lake on July 7th when a slip on the cliffs landed him in the hospital. He tells me he should have jumped off lower cliffs before aiming pretty big. He hopes his story will encourage others to think before jumping. And as a warning, some of the images in the story are graphic. 20-year-old Thomas Galen is no stranger to cliff jumping.
I'm generally a little bit more confident than other people think I should be, which is what happened.
The 4th of July weekend was his first time jumping off the cliffs on Payette Lake, an experience he'll never forget.
My foot slipped a little bit as I was going to push myself forward, and as soon as that happened, I had two choices, either to get aggressive and push myself out there even further, go for it, or to, pull myself back.
Thomas thought he did not have enough momentum and hesitated on the jump.
I'm a man of faith, so I started praying.
He slipped, sliding all the way down to the water. He dislocated his shoulder and humerus bone, sprained his ankle, and has lots of cuts, bruises, and road rash.
All sorts of stuff that was not pretty when I seen on a camera.
Thomas is one of 7 injuries the McCall Fire Department has responded to this summer at the cliffs. It's concerning to Fire Chief Garrett DeYoung, who says there were about 7 injuries reported in the last 20 years.
We had one day right before the 4th of July, I think July 3rd, we went out there 3 times.
DeYoung says these responses take up a lot of the fire department's time and resources. When there's an injury at the cliffs, they have to send an ambulance and a boat out of town.
It takes about 20 minutes to drive out there, and it's about a 20-minute boat response from the marina in town.
DeYoung thinks the increase comes from a mix of things. More people are flocking to McCall for fun and an increase in population. But the fire chief also thinks it's from people drinking and making bad decisions. He also mentions the peer pressure aspect.
I think people will just instantly jump up to the top cliff and then maybe hesitate before they jump or not take a big enough step and not make it all the way to the water.
While the rise in injuries isn't prompting any closures to the cliffs for the future, McCall Fire and EMS is asking people to make smart decisions while up there.
Start on the small ones and work your way up to the bigger ones.
I could dial it back a little bit probably, but as long as people are sure of themselves and have the experience necessary, then I don't see the problem in it.
Chief DeYoung says if there are more injuries reported in the next few seasons or even consistency in injury pattern, they will develop a specific educational campaign aimed at reducing injuries. Mark Kim.
He is so lucky he didn't smack the back of his head.
It was crazy. We were up there last weekend and it was a steady stream, a long line. There had to be a dozen kids and adults there.
I've done it. Yeah,
long.
not there, but I mean, it is fun, but you've got to be so careful.
Right.
All right, Tristan, thank you.